Hello, Periscope. How's everybody doing today? Sorry I'm a few minutes late. This is supposed to be a 12:15 broadcast Eastern Standard Time. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Ryan. Ida, how are you doing? Oh man, Karen, great to see you. I need to get on in the afternoon a little bit more, man. I miss all of you amazing people. I'm doing fantastic. How about yourself? Dorian Santiago, thank you so much for doing Mahogany, I believe I saw. If you're new to my scope, let me know your name so that I can address you by name. Hey, Ida, great to see you. And I've been absent in the afternoon, so it's great to see you on here. Thinder, Michael, D76, 76, good year. I was born that year. I'm 40. For those of you who want simple math. Let me introduce myself. Thank you for inviting your followers. Thilder, Sir Miles, thank you so much for joining. Please invite it out with your followers if you guys so desire. Because, hey Tracy, great to see you. Thanks for coming to my scope, and thanks for being here. I'm going to review chapter 2 of the 10x rule. Let me know how many of you have read the 10x rule by putting a 1 in the box. Happy birthday. My son turned 5 last month. Yeah, see what's up with you today. Good afternoon. Everything's up with me today. Life is good. Buying that book today. I just watched Grant Cardone Facebook Live. Awesome. Glad that you do it. I'm going to be reviewing a chapter a day. There's 23 chapters in the book, and we're here on chapter 2. So, great place for you to be. If you have some friends that you think need to take some massive action or 10x action in their life, to read it and review it for me. Oh, great. Well, I'm here for you, Dorian. For those of you who don't know, Class Act Coach there, Dorian is a great friend of mine, and he is. You haven't read it? Well, come and join me on it. Come and join me for the next month for one chapter a day for 23 days, and I started just yesterday, so it'd be awesome for you to get on 12:15 Eastern Standard Time. I'm just a little bit late today. So first of all, let me do a quick recap of yesterday. Okay, so yesterday was what is the 10x rule, and the 10x rule is just this in a nutshell. Grant Cardone says this. Irina, how are you doing? I need to follow up with you. You must take massive action in your life in order to get results. And he says if you guys want to make, and I just use these round numbers, I won't scare anybody, if you want to make $20,000 this year in your business, shoot for $200,000 in the actions that are necessary. Oh, I missed that last name. It looked like Darwin or something like that. Sorry, I missed that. You must take 10. Awesome. I hope you enjoyed Florida. I'm sure you got a great tan and are ready to go back and 10x it. That young lady right there, Irina, is someone who knows all about the 10x rule. She works hard. She plays hard. She is absolutely awesome. So you must 10x, and if you want $200,000 or you want 20 clients, shoot for 200 clients. Why? Because if you take the actions necessary to get 200 clients in your business, you're probably going to get the actions, you're going to hit your 10% goal or your original goal. And if you far surpass that and like triple it and only hit 30% of the 10x goal, you're 3 times further. People underestimate what it is that they're trying to do. No, you're awesome. So, why is the 10x rule vital? And let me get into my notes here. So how many of you think that doing 10x would be important, right, for setting goals? Like, we got to just far surpass. Like, I don't want to just have 20 clients. I want to blow through that. Put a 1 in the box if you think it's super important. Thank you so much. It's super important. Thank you for inviting your followers also. Let me get to where he talks about, because this is so good. This is so good. 10x. Sorry, my notes. I was just on a potential client call, and it went a little bit longer than I anticipated. So I'm trying to get to chapter 2 of my notes. Chapter 1, I took a lot of notes, and chapter 2 is right here. So, Grant Cardone in the book talks about how in his businesses, right, he underestimated what amounts of energy, effort, and action. Keyword action it's going to take in order for him to get the results that he wanted. And he goes, nobody prepared him for it, and that's why he ended up writing a book. So most people, he says, including managers, let me see what he got to say. Give me a second here, guys. I apologize for this. Oh, so this is a great story. So he talks about 3 months. He thought that in 3 months he could sit there and replace his previous income, which was a 6-figure income. Like, he's going to go start his own business. It's a phenomenal idea. He's got to go talk to a bunch of people, and they're just going to buy his product, put his service into their businesses, and he's going to surpass his 6-figure income in 3 months. How many of you think that happened for Grant Cardone? How many of you think in 3 months, by the way, Grant Cardone is worth 90-day strategy is powerful. But he didn't get 6 figures in 3 months. How many of you, by putting a 1 in a box, think that actually happened to him? It didn't happen to him. As a matter of fact, he said he spent the better part of the next 30 years figuring out all the things he put into this book. Why? Because trial and error and experience. How do you get more experience in life? Is by taking more action. And through action, you gain experience. Whether it's good experience or bad experience that you can learn from, you're still gaining experience. And you're finding your way faster. So you got to take massive action. Grant Cardone says there's 4 types of action, if I could remember off the top of my head. There's no action. There's small action. There's the wrong action. And then there's massive action. So there's no action, the wrong action, a little bit of action, or there's massive action. And the only one that's really going to get you the results, or the 10x results you desire, is that massive action. I just met, and I talked about this yesterday, somebody who was like, I'm going to give my 2-week notice tomorrow. And I talked to this person on Sunday. I totally convinced them. Are you guys still here with me? Wrong action. Wrong action. I'll touch that in a second. Remind me in a second, Dorian. Because that's where coaching comes involved. And because this pertains to businesses, going to pertain to your health, your finances, anything. And LuLaRoe, Bobby Joe, thank you so much for joining. Let me do a quick reset, guys, so that I know that you know who I am. My name is Ryan Roy. I am an accountability coach. I help people get into action so that they can achieve the dreams and desires and successes that they want. How do we do that? We formulate their big goals properly, not the wrong action, and break them down into small actionable steps that you can do that over time and consistency and baby steps will get you to the result you desire. And we're reviewing Grant Cardone's the 10x rule here on today's scope, chapter 2. And I'm going to be doing this for the entire month at 2:15 Eastern Standard Time. So the person I was talking to thought that they had 3 months reserves and they're going to build their business very much like Grant Cardone. I said, well, how many clients do you have now? None. How many people have you told? You're the first person I gave a business card to. Was me. I'm like, no. You need to start building your business now. Build clientele. Have some hardships. Have some realistic goals. Because not everyone you talk to is going to buy your stuff or your service. Person didn't realize this. It takes a massive amount of no's to get to the yeses. And people hear this all the time in all kinds of businesses. But guess what? They don't follow it. Now, to answer Dorian's question, Dorian asked me the 4 types of action. You could take some action, you could take no action, you could take the wrong action, or you can take massive action. And if you're taking the massive action in the wrong direction, you're still not going to get the results you desire. I have a client of mine. I'm going to use a health example. Client of mine wanted to do this. Every no is one step closer to a yes, right? So go out there and take massive action and get a whole bunch of no's so that you can get to that yes faster. So my client, I love him to death, been working with him since last October. He wanted to lose 100 pounds in 1 year. And on his goals, did you hear about 100 no's rule? I didn't, but I'm reviewing Grant Cardone right now. So the wrong action was this. Rodney was 335 pounds, 6'4", been obese his entire adult life. He put on his goal list while working with me that he's going to do P90X. How many of you have heard P90X before? Put a 1 in the box. Put a 1 in the box if you have heard of P90X. Here's the thing about P90X. Zero engagement in here. I don't know if you guys are with me or not. For that person who is tapping the screen, I appreciate that. So P90X. P90X is intense. P90X is a 90-day workout program where you put in an hour a day of high intensity, right? I, right now, could not do P90X, and I'm in decent shape. I am not 100+ pounds overweight. Here's the thing. Best and difficult exercise program. It's a phenomenal workout program, but guess what? If you weren't walking 200 steps a day, there's no way you go from walking nothing to doing P90X. You'll be so discouraged, and the chances of you having a setback are huge because you could get injured. To answer your question, Dorian Santiago, what is the wrong action? The wrong action is when you're starting doing something like losing weight. The wrong action is to go to the gym and kill yourself for 3 hours with a personal trainer when you're not ready for that. The right action was for Rodney to start moving. Rodney started walking, and he started replacing his sugary drinks with water. That was the first steps. He started taking the right action, and he did it in a massive way. He got up to 10,000 steps a day very quickly. Rodney today, now that we've gotten him, still not doing P90X, but we're 9 months removed from his initial thoughts of the wrong action, and he's 85 pounds down. There's no action, there's the right action, there's the wrong action, and then there's massive action, and hopefully in the right direction, and that's where we got Rodney going. So no matter what your goals are, your dreams, your desire, if you're 10xing them, and you're 10xing them in the right direction, you're going to get to where you want to go. Most people stop at 5 no's because people don't like rejection. Realize, people, if you're selling a service, people aren't rejecting you. They're rejecting your service in the moment. Maybe because we haven't educated them properly. Maybe because we haven't educated them properly. They don't understand. They don't understand that they have a problem. We need to understand that they need to understand that they have a problem and you're meeting a need, right? But that's a whole other scope. So I'm going to read off a part of the book. So when an organization, and this is the example he uses, when an organization isn't hitting their targets, he says most people, including managers, first response is reduce the target rather than increase the activity. Mr. CEO Ernie Perry, thank you so much for joining. They typically reduce the target. So, hey, we need to get $1 million in sales. Oh my God, we only have 500,000. We have a week left to go in the 6-month goal. Let's just say we need 550,000 instead of pushing towards the goal. He goes, they've watched sales managers in organizations do this for years with their sales teams. They give a quota and or agree upon a target at the beginning of the quarter, and then midway through, they're unable to reach the target. So they hold a meeting and they reduce the target to some more attainable figure in order for the team to stay motivated. Guys, if the team's not attaining the target, right, and they just reduce the target, then people aren't motivated. Plus, they don't trust the manager, and the manager doesn't trust that they could get to the point. So, or they can't properly identify the target and resources available. And within that, Sir Miles, the challenge is things change all the time. Right? Circumstances change. The economy changes. All kinds of things change. I am so fortunate to have Debbie Belleville inviting her followers and joining me on this scope. So, what Grant Cardone says is never reduce activity. Never reduce the target. Always increase the activity. Never reduce your target on your goals. Always increase your activity. 10x it. The 10x rule assumes the target is never a problem. The problem, any target attacked with the right actions in the right amounts of persistence is attainable. So let me repeat that. Never reduce a target. Instead, increase the actions. The 10X rule assumes that the target is never the problem, that any target attack with the right actions and persistence is attainable. So, let me see where else I want to go with this, guys. Are we still here with me? Super quick study break. Well, I'm glad you came in. I appreciate you being here, Debbie. So they say that people have a built-in calculator. So Grant talks about people having a built-in calculator that isn't a calculator, but it's more emotional. See, calculators aren't emotional, but our internal calculators, he says, are on. We have this built-in automatic calculator whose only purpose is to explain away failure. This calculator tends to be more emotional than logical. It judges the project, the clientele, the economy, and the individual to be deficient as a means to justifying why things are not working out. You hear that? It's justifying why things aren't working out and therefore demeaning things. The excuses that come up, right, in our minds. We just need to take more action regardless of the economy. That, oh, our product isn't wanted. Oh, I'm not cut out for this business. Our targets were unrealistic. No, you're just not taking enough action to make it happen. Sorry, Debbie, you're in the room. Otherwise, because I have a mad amount of respect for Debbie. But I almost went there. You're just not taking enough action to get the results you desire. How many of you want more results in your life? Put a 1 in the box. How many of you want more results in your life? Put a 1 in the box. I know you do, Debbie. I know you do. I know you do. I know you do. And that's why you're still in the scope, and that's why some people left. Like, oh my God, he's talking about I'm not successful the way I desire, because we all define success differently. Because I'm not taking enough action in my life. And people don't like to hear that. So the action takers that are here, I love it because there's 4 of you still here, are like, man, he's making sense. When I've taken massive action in my life, I've had success. And I love that he's talking about this. Rita, thank you so much for being here. That's right. You are here because it's making sense to you and you want to read the book. So that's where it is. So just take more action, less justifications. My coaching program is called Justifier. Just do it. I always say this. You can justify your actions, right, or inactions, or you could just get it done. How many of you have got up in the morning and been like, oh my God, I'm so tired. I don't want to work out today, right? You could justify that you're tired, or you could go and get it done and feel great about yourself. To right, you're reading it for you. And I'm just giving you the highlights. There's so much in between, right? Irina, you've done, I don't want it. But when you go do it, you feel successful. You want to know why you feel successful? Because you are successful in that moment. To become uberly successful or highly successful, we just need to take those mini successes, those daily actionable steps, and be consistent enough in them so that we can reach the big success that we desire. I'm going to give you guys a quick illustration of this. Boom. I love this illustration. I always do it, right? I don't always do it. I haven't done it in a while, but I'm going to do it here. See, everybody wants to be on the mountaintop, guys. Everybody wants to be here. That's the big goal. For some people, several years ago, for me, I wanted to leave my workplace and become a full-time coach and be what I called, how did I describe it? I described it jobless. I described it jobless. That was my big goal, right? These were my monthly goals. They were a little bit smaller than this big goal. And then my weekly goals were under here, right? And then my daily goals are here. And then people will say, hey, I want to have rock hard abs, and I want to be fit and be able to run a marathon, or I want to do an Ironman, right? This is an Ironman right here. But I don't want to get up in the morning each day. How are you going to run a marathon? How are you going to have those six-pack abs? How are you girls going to have those buns of steel if you cannot sit there and get up on time and move your asses? And it's no different. But if you do it every day, and that day turns into a week, and those weeks turn into a month, several months down the road, you're going to get to where you want to go. But if you want it even faster, you go and do 2 or 3 workouts a day. You start eating properly. You hydrate properly. You go see your doctor. You push yourself. You go to somebody like Debbie Belleville, who has workout programs because she's a Beachbody coach, and say, which one's the best one for me for this desired result? And let her guide you and say, this one would be perfect for you. What are you doing? Debbie, what is the one that you're doing right now? Chisel, something chisel. You go out there and you say, what's going to get me the results? And Debbie can sit there and say, this program can get you that result, or that program. But guess what? Buying the program isn't going to get you anywhere. Putting it in the DVD player or streaming it or however well it comes out, hammer and chisel. And she said it this morning on her broadcast, 60 days from today, I'm going to be chiseled. I'm going to have a phenomenal body. I'm going to sit there and put in the work each and every single day, and I'm going to sit there and I am going to eat properly, and I'm going to put in my exercise, and I'm going to get my rest, and I'm going to do my stuff because I'm going to put in the 10x actions in order to get the 10x results. This could happen in any area of your life, people. Any area of your life. The biggest challenge. What is your biggest challenge? For those of you who are still in there, what is your biggest challenge of attaining your goals right now? Just put one word, what's your biggest challenge attaining your goals right now? And it could be the amount of action you're putting into it, but it could be your mindset. It could be your believability. There's nothing. I love that. So, but I would venture to say there's something holding you back, otherwise you would have attained those goals. We all have goals that we want to get to, and if we haven't gotten to them, there's a reason we haven't gotten to them. So, see, there you go. There are certain things. You don't have a car. What can we do? How can we be resourceful to get you that car? Retiring, letting go of what I know. Wow. That's interesting, Kim. That's interesting. Takes longer to get out there. I pray to get one. So there you go. Self is the greatest challenge. Our mindset and our self and getting in the way of ourself. And I would say, I'm going to share something with you guys. I did this something. Reprogram yourself for success. I'm not going very far. Don't hide you. Yeah, I'm gonna put it up here for you because it was my biggest challenge, guys. You ready for this? I did what's called a board break. It's called a board break to break through something. What's that say? Asking for help. Asking for help. Guys, we don't have to do these things alone. Asking for help. And I broke through that, and I broke through stop doing it on my own by asking for help. Stop doing it on my own and asking for help. So guess what? You got to ask for help, guys. And here's the thing. There are coaches out there who can help you. Now, I'm going to make an offer to you guys. If anybody would like some help, I'm going to offer it. But you got to take some action to receive it, right? I'm going to make an offer. You have to take some action to receive it. Do you guys get that? I can't do this for you. All I can do is make the offer. One of the things I said in my business this week, and I only have 4 slots available, I was late because someone took me up on it yesterday, is for this week. RyanRoy.me, I will offer you a complimentary coaching call. No more sitting on your butt. I'm going to offer you an opportunity for a coaching call to formulate your goals and break them down into small, actionable steps. They're small and actionable, and if you 10x those steps, guess what? You're going to crush them. So you could go to RyanRoy.me. That's my website. I'll put it up here. It probably needs to be in my bio. RyanRoy.me. RyanRoy.me. Go and sign up. There's a free complimentary coaching session. I only offer one to potential clients, and boom. Yes, in the bio. But it's Ryan Roy. It's my name. .me. It's me at Ryan Roy. And go and get the free coaching call. I can't do that for you. All I could do is make the offer. But I'm going to say something to all of you right now who are in here. If you don't take somebody up on a coaching call that I value at $295, if you were to get on it the next time, it's $295. If you don't take a $300 gift and go take action, chances are, because I've had people come off this coaching call and go and have tremendous success. I had somebody go get a job, and he was jobless for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks, and got a $58,000 a year job when he had interviewed 10 times, because I got him through the interview process and got him an $18,000 better offer than anybody else had offered him. I've had people come off and become coaches off of that coaching call. Why? Because I shifted their mindset. I'm making that offer. How many of you, by putting a 1 in the box, are going to take me up on the offer? How many of you, by putting a 1 in the box, are going to take me up on the offer? There you go. Kim. There you go. Jean Marie. There you go. Debbie Belleville. There you go. Hey, Ryan, what's going on? I'm finishing it. So I just reviewed chapter 2 of Grant Cardone's book. Guys, Melanie, go out and get it. Irina, please come on the coaching call. I would love to have you on the coaching call. Irina, I think it'd be great to bounce some things off you and really get your mindset at a better place than it is, because you are already there. But it doesn't hurt to have another perspective. If there's one nugget you could get out of it, I used to attend a lot of conferences. RyanRoy.me. Jump off the broadcast now. No problem. Do your thing, Debbie. Thank you so much. Blink number of banked. I don't know what that means. Yes, great show, 10X. You guys just totally threw me off. I used to say I'd sit through a 3-hour conference or a free seminar or something. I said if I walked away with one nugget, I would sit there and it was worth my time. And I guarantee you'll get more than one nugget with an hour with me on a coaching call. So that's my offer to you guys. Oh, I got you. I'm working on that and something else simultaneously today. Not simultaneously, but I'm working on that and something else. So I got you, Ryan. Have a phenomenal day, everybody. I want to acknowledge those of you who stayed in the room. Okay? Ryan, thanks for showing up. Irina, thank you so much for being here. Kim Buchanan would love to talk to you on the phone or via Skype, because I know you're on the other side of the world, but we can set that up. Melanie, thank you so much for being here. Tracy, great to see you here. Can't wait to get on the call with you. Michael, Miles, weekly personal something. Thank you for being here, Miles. And Juan Santiago, I appreciate you guys. Come back tomorrow for the 10X Rule, Chapter 3, Grant Cardone. If you guys want to buy the book, it's like $15 on Amazon. It is a phenomenal book for those of you who need to take more action in your life to get more results. Till tomorrow, my name is Ryan Roy, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.